Rather than a right and wrong approach to money, what if there were money personalities? There's a reason it's called personal finance. It's personal. It's complex. There are some things in life that you either love or hate. Particular foods like cilantro or olives, or maybe it's a genre of music. People seem to have a love-hate relationship with country music. Or it could be a sports team like the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you just can't stand them. Sorry, that got a little personal. Money works the same way. There are people who hate to spend money. I mean, it's painful when they spend more than they think they should. And then there are people who love to spend money. They get an adrenaline rush just thinking about the next purchase. Then there are people who never think about money. They spend it when they have it, and they save it if someone reminds them. But they have no emotional ties to their money. And you know what's frustrating? When someone has a different approach to money than you do. And let's just be honest. Your approach is correct and their approach is wrong. For the person who doesn't give much thought to money, you're not going to change them. For the person who loves taking risk, you're not going to change them. Rather than a right and wrong approach to money, what if there were money personalities? Personality types have become very popular in the last 10 years. Whether it's the Enneagram or Myers-Briggs or StrengthsFinder, these tools have increased our self-awareness and they help us understand the perspectives and motivations of others. Today, I'm going to introduce the 5 money personalities because there's a reason it's called personal finance. It's personal. It's complex. It's tailored to the individual. And if it's personal, there must be a personality. This comes from the book, The 5 Money Personalities. I want to help you identify your personality, your strengths, maybe your blind spots. As I go over these 5, you will strongly identify with one, the one that describes you the best. But there may be a secondary personality that you resonate with as well. The first money personality is the saver. They live by this motto, a penny saved is a penny earned. Free beats cheap every time. They will drive a car with no heat. They get a rush from saving money. They're usually organized and responsible and trustworthy when it comes to finances. They rarely make impulse decisions. They're going to search for a good deal and plan every detail of that vacation. They're going to avoid credit card debt because they hate interest and giving their money away to someone else. But some challenges for the saver. They can be a joy stealer. Their resistance to spending money can drain the fun out of everything from going to a concert to going on a vacation. They can come across a little selfish and obsessive. Their financial goals can become financial gods. And the challenge is for them to see money as a means to an end, not an end in itself. The second personality is the spender. If there's a reason to spend money, the spender will find it. Friends coming over for dinner, what a perfect time for a fresh bundle of flowers and a dessert from the bakery. Running errands on a Saturday, might as well grab brunch on the way. But it's not about actually getting more stuff. Spenders are more likely to buy a gift for a friend than to spend money on themselves. They will pick up the coffee tab, and they are very generous when it comes to charities. Spenders don't care how much they spend or who they spend it on. It's just they love spending. It's the fun of buying that counts. They're so good in the moment. They might have less money down the road, but for the spender, it's all about making great memories today. They will not let finances get in the way of truly living life to its fullest. A couple of challenges for the spender. They can be a little impractical. They walk into a store without limits, and they will make impulse decisions. At times, it can be difficult to, is this a need or is this a want? They don't think, much less talk, through their purchases with anyone. And this lack of communication can come across as secretive and sneaky in a relationship. They're probably going to break their budget. A spender can put together a great budget and have good intentions of sticking to it, but they rarely do. That can lead to regret, debt, and the inability to stop overspending. Okay, the third personality is the risk taker. This person, they don't vacation in the Poconos or at the beach. They go ice climbing in Canada. They eat at that new restaurant that you've never heard of. You know what? Why let money sit in a bank account when I can invest in a friend's independent film? The thrill of jumping into a financial challenge comes from taking the risk in the first place. Even if they never hit it big, risk takers never give up on following that rush they get from trying out a new idea. They're big picture people. No time for the details. They get a hunch for something, they move on it fast. They listen to their gut. They get excited by possibility. Risk takers get more excited about the idea of something than about the thing itself. Buy that vacation today, pack tonight, leave in the morning. Some challenges for the risk taker. They can be blinded by possibility. Opportunity becomes obligation. When a risk taker gets a hold of an idea, reason has left the building. They bought a house that needed renovations with the intentions of flipping it, but now they're stuck with a house they can't sell. They can be a little impatient. The risk taker can lose patience with people who don't sign onto their ideas as quickly as they would like. And they can be a little insensitive. If they're feeling trapped, rather than working for compromise, they charge ahead and they deal with the relational fallout later. The fourth personality is the security seeker. They like consistency and planning and clear expectations. The safer, the better. They have no problem spending money as long as it's done wisely. A security seeker is going to investigate and research. They are trustworthy. They will not jeopardize their future for a good deal on a vacation. A security seeker would rather do without today than do without tomorrow. They're not going to spend money until they know they've got enough to pay their bills, contribute to their retirement, and cover any other obligations. They are prepared for anything, and they rarely find themselves in a crisis. But some challenges for the security seeker. They're going to come across as being overly negative. Risk makes them nervous, and they say no very quickly. They're going to get paralyzed by data and research. They want to avoid buyer's remorse so much that they might never actually make that purchase. And they're going to be boring. They get so focused on the future that they can't enjoy the present. Okay, the fifth personality is the flyer. Flyers don't think about the money component of a decision at all. They're not anxious about it. They're not consumed by it. They have absolutely no emotional response to money. They're just easygoing. They're very content with their life. They might be living in a horrible apartment, but they don't care. As long as they're making their own choices, they're happy. They're big on relationships. Relationships and connections with people are what's important. They're happy to let someone else take care of the finances. They're not motivated by money. They live the lives they want to live because they're making the choices that they want to make based on what they want, not what will make them the most money. Some challenges for the flyer. They're reactionary. They don't think about money, but money is a necessary part of life. So sooner or later, even flyers have to pay attention to their bills or their looming retirement. And when they do, they often make decisions based on fear, not ones based on good advice. When money problems come up, the flyer tries to handle it themselves. But because they don't care about money, they're not sure about things like interest or consolidation or refinancing. These concepts just aren't on their radar. And they can be a little disorganized. Did they file their taxes last year? They're not sure. How much money are they currently making? They don't know. They're not irresponsible, but rather unresponsible. They aren't immature or trying to be lazy. They just genuinely don't think about money issues. So of these 5, which is your personality? What are you grateful for in regards to your personality? And what's a blind spot that you are now aware of?